What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Um, it's actually pouring down rain outside. There's a winter weather advisory that's out, so I'm gonna stay in here and I'm gonna try and finish this off. I think tomorrow, the weather, depending on the weather, I'm gonna be going to my daughter's house to redo her bathroom over the next couple of days. So I'm gonna be missing my workshop here. I've gotten to be, it's been a while since I've had so much love for working in my workshop. It's truly been a new awakening of enjoyment for me. And I wake up in the morning and I love the hum of the machine and having the opportunities to work out here and create things for people. You know, my wife always says, do what you love and love what you do. Because the reality is, life is short and you need to figure out what it is you enjoy doing and do it. You really better do that because you don't understand how short life really is. So I was thinking about, like I always do, the Dallas Cowboys and thinking about great teams. When you think about great teams and errors, they usually come up with something different than what anybody else has done before. You know what I mean? They're innovators. They end up coming up with things like even times when people have come up with the Wildcat. Okay, I'm not saying the Wildcat was great. I'm not saying the Wildcat was the be all end all. The Wildcat did some really good things, and it helped Miami originally, and then everybody copied the Wildcat. Hold on, let me grab something else. And so you think about the Wildcat and what it did for the Miami Dolphins, and everybody else copied it, and eventually it became passe. For the Cowboys, we had the shift. We had the shotgun, which of course is still used today. You think about the flex defense, where we had Randy White, who was originally a linebacker, flexed off the line so he could see what the linemen were doing. Those are innovations. Think about Washington going to the one back set and taking the fullback and creating the H-back position. Those were innovations that changed the game. They changed the game. They did something different than what was done before. Those innovations change everything. And I mean everything. And that's something that the Dallas Cowboys have not had in forever, is an innovation. I don't know what I did with all my paints. Because you think about Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett literally just copied everything that we did before. Basically, he took the playbook that we had when Troy Aikman was the quarterback, and literally just copied it. That was it. We're just going to stick with the same thing. And we have yet to see an innovation on this team. Now, I will give you the first innovation, maybe by accident, that this team actually has had. That innovation would be the fact that we took a linebacker and made him a defensive end. A linebacker, because it was out of necessity. We took Micah Parsons and said, Micah, we need you to do this because we ain't got nobody else. This is not the right color, but it'll have to do. So, thinking about what could be an innovation. I can't pronounce his last name right. Fehoko. Semi, who is 6'4" and about 220 pounds. 6'4", 220 pounds. Tall enough to be a tight end, but not quite heavy enough. Tight end, you want around 240 pounds. About 240 pounds is what you want for a tight end. He's about 228. A little bit on the light side, but has the height. Most tight ends are about 6'3", 6'4". What if the Dallas Cowboys took him and his catching ability and ended up using him more as a hybrid tight end wide receiver? That would be different than what the Cowboys are doing. That might be an innovation that you could look at and say, this is different. It could give defenses something more to think about. Is he blocking? Is he a tight end? He's got more speed than your typical tight end would. There's mismatches because, see, that's where Washington took and came up with the H-back. He wasn't really a tight end, and he wasn't really a fullback, and he wasn't in the fullback position. It was kind of back and kind of up and to the side. It was something different. And, of course, you had Riggins in the backfield. So all of these things made a difference in what they were doing because they were giving people different looks. And see, here's the problem with the Dallas Cowboys offense. The Dallas Cowboys offense has always been predictable. Yeah, there's little wrinkles here and there, but for the most part, everybody knows what the hell the Cowboys are doing. They know. And herein lies the problem, because you have to give people something different to give them a reason to want. Excuse me. You got to give people a reason to want to do things, okay? You got to give them something a little extra. You have to do things to help motivate people and them to say, to get people to buy in. And I don't think the Cowboys have been able to do that for a long time. See, that's why I always stay hungry. You can do things really, really good, but the moment you don't continue to innovate and try to do something different, get yourself outside of your comfort zone. Try something different. It may not work, but what you might find out is things that you try differently, the learning that you do, the new things that you try out, you may find things that ultimately end up being great and take you to another level. I've been doing with this machine. This machine is only as good as what you tell it to do. And what you do with it is really as much as what you do. Yes, it's a machine. It's a tool. It does incredible things. But it still needs me, the operator. And trying to do something different than what I've been doing before. Sometimes out of necessity or out of tragedy will force you to be more creative. This is, I don't know if any of you guys have seen Simba before. Simba, of course, our dog who went away a couple of days ago. I want to do something special, something different. and to get out of my comfort zone here. This was It's a rough day. Our dog had, out of nowhere, just started having seizures that his body would just lock up. And it was the most terrifying thing that you could ever imagine for someone that you love. Watching him. He had like 4 in the morning right after each other, and it was crazy. But he would snap out of it. And he seemed like Simba. I took this picture Tuesday of Simba in between seizures, holding on to, in my wife's office. My wife's arm was actually right there. And he looked like Simba. Half an hour after this picture was taken, he was back having more seizures. And eventually, that was the end. But see, what you have to do is, you must innovate. You must take a chance. You must be driven to achieve things of beauty, things of perfection, businesses. Achievement only happens through pain and hard work. I never thought I could do anything like this before. But I got out of my comfort zone and I tried something different. This is a fireside chat because it's pouring down rain outside, and I just wanted to come out here and work on this. I hope you guys have a great night, and I appreciate all you guys. Make sure you tell somebody you love them tonight, because you might not get the chance to. Miss you, buddy.